Hey YouTube, Common Collector here, and today I'm bringing you guys my Armed Dragon Catapult Cannon Ojama deck profile. So this is an update to my previous deck profile, which I released sometime after Blazing Vortex came out, but I figured out because we did just get the Megatins and the reprints for the Armed Dragon archetype, I figured that this would be a really good time to give you guys an update on this deck for all of like the Armed Dragon Thunder cards and whatnot. And so hopefully we will be seeing some reprints for the Ojamas. I'm not sure if we'll be getting that in like a Battles of Legend or something sometime. I could sort of see that, seeing as how we got the Karibos. You know, anyways, I really wanted to bring you guys this update for the profile. So if you guys enjoy this, make sure to subscribe to the channel if you guys haven't already. Also, I do have a combo video from back when I originally updated this, but we will be doing a combo at the end of the video. But I will also leave a link down in the description below for you guys if you guys do want to go check out that original combo video. I'm sure that I do a couple test hands and sort of run through the full combo at least a couple times. But starting off here, we have our 3 copies of the of the Ojama Blue to be able to get us into all of the Ojama cards that we need, because with this card, when he's destroyed by battle and sent to the graveyard, you can add 2 Ojama cards from your deck to your hand, any 2 Ojama cards, which is really awesome. So you're able to search for your spell cards or any monsters that you currently need, which is really, really cool. He is like the main way that you get into all of your combos. So I will be showing you guys the 1 card combo that you guys can do with him to be able to get into your stuff. Then we are going to be running like a Ojama lineup of 2 of each of like the vanillas, so 2 green, 2 yellow, as well as 2 black. Then going on into our 1 copy of Pink. Pink is just really nice for extra little draw power. She's just another name as well, so definitely want to be playing the 1 copy of her. And then 1 copy of Ojama Red as well. Red is really, really powerful because with this card, when it's normal summoned, you're able to special summon up to 4 Ojama cards from your hand in attack position. So they have a weenie-like attack with 0, but it is really still nice to be able to get them out and get some free bodies. And then this is a really, really solid way to be able to get free link material or to be able to go on into some of your other combos, which we will get to. So then getting on into the Armed Dragon stuff. So the Armed Dragon Thunder level 3, we are playing 3 copies of that. Then going on into the 1 copy of the Thunder level 5. You could play 2, but overall I still like just playing the 1 copy. So with the Thunder level 3, when this card gets sent to the graveyard by a Dragon's card effect, then you are able to able to draw 1 card. And then with the Thunder level 5, you're able to search for 1 dragon or 1 level 5 or higher wind dragon monster from your deck to your hand with this card when it's also sent to the graveyard by a dragon monster's effect. So they are really nice for being able to search out more of the armed dragons and being able to get you into more of your your link climbing tools or your level climbing tools. Then we're getting on into the 1 copy of 7 and then the 1 copy of 10. So we're not playing any of the other extra stuff. There is a more pure build that you guys can do of this, which maybe I will be doing an update for that as well, or putting out a profile for the just like the pure variant of the Armed Dragon Thunders. This I just think is a really, really fun variant to be able to play with the Ojamas and just all of the Chaz Michaels stuff, or the Chaz stuff. So that we are getting on then into Chaz Princeton, not Chaz Michaels. I just watched Blades of Glory the other day and I got mixed up there. So then for the VWXYZ Dragon Catapult Cannon stuff, we were playing the V Tiger Jet, the W Wing Catapult, the X Head Cannon, the Y Dragon Head, and then the 1 copy of the Z Metal Tank. So you just need 1 copy of each of these because they are super duper easy to get out of the deck. Because of your spell card, which will be coming up, the Ojama Simulation, just gets these cards right out of the deck, super duper easy. I'm trying to go nice and fast through this, that way we can squeeze in the combo yet. So then we are also playing the 3 copies of Rescue Cat. Rescue Cat is also just super crucial to the deck, just as another way to be able to get us to that Ojama Blue. So we have like basically 6 copies of the Ojama Blue to be able to get into. Then getting on into the spells, we are playing our 3 copies of Ojama Simulation. So this card is really, really special because with this card, you're able to reveal 1 light fusion monster from your extra deck. So generally that's going to be your VW Tiger Catapult as well as your XYZ Dragon Cannon. And that is going to allow you to special summon out the materials from your deck, hand, or graveyard, which is really awesome that it also includes the graveyard, because like you can use the body parts, the X, Y, Z, all of those parts, you can use them as like discard fodder and link material and stuff. Get them into the graveyard, and then you can still bring them back with the Ojama Assimilation. So it's really, really awesome. The only condition is that you have to banish the Ojamas from your graveyard equal to the number of your materials that you're summoning, but it is not a very, very steep cost, because we can easily get 5 into the graveyard to be able to get out our 5 of the fusion materials. Then going on into the other of the Ojama cards, we are playing the 3 copies of Oja Match. You definitely need to be playing 3 copies of this. You could technically play 2 copies of Ojama Assimilation. The one thing that I will say with the combo is that in order to like go with the full combo, like I said, you do this to get out your materials for the VW Tiger Catapult and the XYZ. So you need to be able to have 2 copies of the Ojama Assimilation, but generally you're going to be going through all 3 copies of your Oja Match. So with this card, it's going to be able to send 1 Ojama card from your hand or face up on your field to the graveyard in order to special summon, or in order to add 1 Ojama monster and 1 of your armed dragon monsters to your hand, and then you normal summon 1 of them. So the really cool thing is that this is a quick play spell, so you're able to activate this from the hand during the battle phase, which is really cool. So you can still normal summon in the battle phase with this card, and then it's going to allow you to get out more of your monsters, go into more of your blues, so you can get into more Ojama cards. Also, with both of these cards, you can banish them from your graveyard and return like up to return 3 of your Ojamas back to the deck and then draw 1 card. So just another really nice way to be able to draw into some cards. Our last of the Ojama spells is going to be the 3 copies of Oja Magic. When this card gets sent to the graveyard, it just allows you to be able to search for one of the black, green, and yellow, which is really cool. So you definitely want to make sure that you're playing 2 full play sets of each of the vanillas. That way you always have the search targets off. And then the copies of the Oja Match and Ojama Assimilation are going to help you to recycle those back into the deck to make sure that you always have a full play set in the deck. That way, if you get off more copies of Oja Magic, they're always going to be going off, which is really cool. Then we are going on into 3 copies of Dark Ruler No More. I believe this is a change from my previous list, but I really thought that playing 3 Dark Ruler No More was really, really solid, because it just helps you to be able to make sure that your combos go through. And if you're going on into the Armed Dragon Catapult, or the Armed Dragon Catapult Cannon, this card really does not care about how many turns this is on the field. So if you can break your opponent's board and then banish all of your opponent's stuff, then that's totally fine. So you can Dark Ruler No More, banish all of your opponent's stuff, and then that's going to allow you to be able to keep the board presence, and then your opponent's just not going to be able to break your board, because basically once the Armed Dragon Catapult Cannon hits the field, you basically have the game won. So then we have our 1 copy of Called by the Grave, and then our 1 copy of Monster Reborn to finish off the 40 card main deck. So really, really solid. I like the Monster Reborn just sort of as a backup strategy in case if your stuff gets disrupted. If your Armed Dragon Catapult Cannon does end up leaving the field, then at least you have ways to like bring back your Armed Dragon Thunder level 10 back from the graveyard and stuff if your plans get thwarted. So anyways, let's get on into the extra. So for the extra, we are obviously playing the Armed Dragon Catapult Cannon. So what this guy does, since we've been talking about him so much, what he does is that his fusion materials requirements are, obviously you go into the VW Tiger and the XZ to be able to go into your VWXYZ Dragon Catapult Cannon. So you go into that, and then you also need your Armed Dragon Thunder level 7, not the 10. So it is kind of nice that you use your 7 for the fusion material. So you need to summon this to the field in a battle, or in a duel, where you have successfully summoned your VWXYZ and your level 7 onto the field at some point. They can be in the graveyard, which is also really cool, so you can banish these from the graveyard for the fusion material, which is also really, really nice. So by banishing the above cards from the hand, field, from the field or graveyard, and if you do, then this card is summoned to the field. And then also, once per turn during your opponent's turn, you're able to quick effect banish all cards from your during your opponent's turn. Banish all cards on the field by banishing one card from your deck or your extra deck. So you banish all cards that your opponent controls and in their graveyard. And then while this card is on the field, it is a floodgate to make it so that any card that is banished has its effect or cannot activate its effects. So basically, like I said, you can obviously use Dark Ruler No More on your opponent's turn, but then once this card ends up getting banished from your graveyard, then that is going to mean that once this is banished, that the effect of Dark Ruler No More cannot be activated anymore. So then moving on though, so that is our main sort of lineup with getting on into the fusions. Generally, that's all you're going to be doing, but we do have some link options. So we're playing one copy of Link Spider, one copy of IP Masquerena. So a really cool thing you can do is that if you ever end your turn with, like, you have the Armed Dragon Thunder 7, and then you send that to go on into the 10, but you still have the VWXYZ on the field, then if you still have one extra monster, like let's say that you still have one copy of blue, or maybe you did red, you summoned out the red, so you still have that on the field, then you would be able to link these two away, put them into the graveyard, and link into an IP Masquerena. Just so that way you have an extra monster on the field. You have the IP Masquerena for a backup plan in case you end up losing the effect of your main boss monster. So, and then when you go for links or for fusion summoning, then you just go ahead and banish the materials from the graveyard, which is really cool. So you kind of get those free link materials. Then we are running a Nightmare package with Cerberus, Phoenix, and Unicorn as well. And then also going on into one copy of Appaloosa. Appaloosa is just super good as well with the copy of Ojama Red. Just really nice to be able to go into that. One copy of Access Kotaku. You don't go into him too often, but he is still a nice option to have. One copy of Borrelsword Dragon. And then for our last link, we are playing one copy of Underworld Goddess. Underworld Goddess is also really nicely complemented with the Ojama Red. Just being able to get out the red as well as like 2, 3, 4 other monsters from your hand, and then being able to go into a Link 5 is really super good. And then lastly, we are playing 2 copies of the number 64 Ronin Raccoon. Because we are playing so many level 2s, it is just really nice to be able to go into this whenever we need to. But anyways, guys, that's going to do it for the extra deck. Now let's get on into the combo. Alright, you guys, so now I'm going to show you guys the 1-card combo to be able to end your board with the Armed Dragon Catapult Cannon on the field, as well as, if you guys want, with the option, you can always also end your board with the Armed Dragon Thunder level 10 alongside him, just depending on if you want to put this on the field or if you want to wait and sort of have this around as a backup plan. But generally, I like to just go for the full putting him out onto the field. So with this combo, you're just going to be opening up with blue, and then you are going to be going into your fusion materials eventually towards the end of the combo, and ending with these 2 big boys on your board. So also for this combo, like I said, this is a 1-card combo, but technically just for like the simplicity of this, we are going to say that we have Dark Ruler No More our opponent's board, so kind of like a 2-card combo. So our opponent does not have any effects going on. And just for example, we are going to say that we are playing against a Despia player, and our opponent has out Despian Queritus on the floor, or on the board, just because it is simple with the 2500 attack to be able to calculate this. So generally, hopefully, your opponent would have something with a little bit less attack, but for here, it actually does work out. So we are going to just go into battle phase. You know, we're in main phase, normal summon the blue, and go to battle phase, and we would attack in right there. We will take 2500 damage. But with the blue, we would then go ahead and search for our copy of Oja Magic and then the Oja Match. In this scenario, generally, you're only going to search for Oja Magic one time, and then you're going to search for Oja Match alongside it. And then anytime after that, you're going to be searching Oja Match together with Ojama Simulation. And like I said, you want to end... you want to sort of get mid-combo with your 2 copies of Ojama Simulation. So these are basically going to be your 3 searches if you have to search for your off of your Ojama Blue 3 times. So we're going to just keep these off to the side. So for now, we are searching for these 2. So what we're going to do is we're going to activate the Oja Match, still in the battle phase. Keep that all in mind. And we will pitch the Oja Magic. So then with that, the Oja Match is going to allow us to search for our Armed Dragon Thunder level 3 and then another copy of blue. Then as the resolution goes, the Oja Magic would also be able to pick us up one copy of each, the black, green, and the yellow. So now this will hit the graveyard. We are still, also I feel like I also missed, right there we would have also have been summoning out the Ojama Blue at the end of the Oja Match effect. So with that going on, we would still be in the battle phase, and we're going to use blue to attack again, taking another 2,500 damage, taking us down to 3,000 life points, and we're going to search for our extra copy of Oja Match and our Ojama Assimilation. We will then go ahead and activate Oja Match, and we'll just start filling our graveyard with more Ojamas by pitching our copy of yellow. Then that is going to allow us to be able to search for our next copy of blue, and why not another copy of the Armed Dragon Thunder level 3. So basically just the exact same process over again. And so we will pitch right there and summon out the Ojama Blue off of the effect of the match. And for the last time, we were going to have blue go ahead and attack. Blue is going to attack there to be able to search there, and that's going to take us to 500 life points. As I was explaining earlier, I believe I said, is that basically, if you end up with extra copies of some of these cards in your hand, you can skip that step where you are using blue to be able to attack in for that extra time. So if you did already open with like 2 of these in your hand, then you would only need to attack with blue 2 times. So that is just sort of like worst case scenario where you end up using the blue all 3 times. Just like not every time are you going to get down to like 500 life points. Also, sometimes your opponent might end up with a monster with like 1,500 attack rather than the big 2,500, which we are looking at in this scenario. So then moving on, we would then activate our last copy of Oja Match. The Oja Match and Ojama Assimilation are not hard ones per turn, so you can always keep that in mind that you're always free to do this. So Oja Match is going to pitch the Ojama Green here, and then that is going to allow us to search for our final copy of the Armed Dragon Thunder level 3, as well as our copy of, this is where I just like to go for the Ojama Pink. If you are not going to be able to go into your full combo for the Armed Dragon Catapult Cannon, then you could have done some of like your other stuff a little bit differently and just gone for the Ojama Red instead here. Normal summon that, and then you could summon out a couple guys from your hand. But in this scenario, we are going to go with the pink, just so we get that extra draw and discard effect off, and we get to summon one of these. And this is where you're going to change things up, and you're going to go ahead and summon out the Armed Dragon Thunder level 3. Then we'll use his effect to be able to discard a Thunder level 3 to be able to send him to the graveyard, and that will summon out the Armed Dragon Thunder level 5. Then after that, we are just going to basically do the same thing, and we're going to also we get to draw 1 card off of the Thunder level 3's effect going off, so we will draw 1 card. We'll get the Oja Magic. That's not too bad. This is technically just like a blank card in this scenario. Does not matter or bear any weight on this combo. So then we are going to use the Thunder level 5 to be able to pitch the Ojama Pink to the graveyard, as well as send him to the graveyard to be able to go for the 7. Then we're going to go for like Chainlink 1 and Chainlink 1 and Chainlink 2. So the Thunder level 5 is going to be able to search us for our Thunder level 10, giving us a level 5 or higher Dragon Wind monster. And then the pink is going to allow both players to draw 1 card and discard 1 card as well, which is also kind of cool because we did get the Oja Magic. So, okay, literally that was like the one thing that would have stopped that. So if we had gotten anything besides the Ojama Green here, because we had the other ones in there, so we could have technically, like, let's say that we had just drawn another copy of Dark Ruler No More, then we would have been able to pitch the Oja Magic, and then we would have been able to add another 3 cards to our hand, but that did not happen. So we were going to have to pitch 1 card. We are just going to pitch this other copy of black, still just loading up our graveyard with more Ojamas, which is super duper cool, so that we can always just recycle them even more. So what we are going to do now is we are going to start using our copies of Ojama Assimilation. So we'll use Ojama Assimilation, and we will reveal our VW Tiger Catapult. This is going to allow us to summon out our V Tiger Jet and our W Wing Catapult. We will then take them to be able to fusion summon into our VW Tiger Catapult. Sorry, also the cost of that. I'm just trying to run this nice and fast for you guys, just so you guys aren't here watching this for forever. We have to banish our 2 materials for the Ojama simulation for that to go off. We will then activate our next one, and our cost, we will reveal our XZ Dragon Cannon, and off of that we will have to banish our, we're going to go for our black, green, and yellow from the graveyard. So generally I like to try to get 2 blues in the graveyard, sorry, banish pile, and then try to get a full color set of the vanilla guys. So off of that, with the Ojama simulation, we are going to be able to get our copies of the X, Y, and Z. So we're going to get all of those guys out, put them out onto the field, and you have just enough spaces on the field to be able to do this stuff. So always keep that stuff in mind, and we will go for another fusion summon for the XYZ Dragon Cannon. So right now our hand and our field is starting to look really, really nice. We also always have the Ojama simulation. We can banish this from the graveyard, shuffle back in our color set of the guys, and we will shuffle them back into the deck, and then we're able to draw another card, which is also just really cool. Again, this bears no weight on the combo whatsoever, but it is just really nice to be able to do that and recycle. And we actually have our backup plan, which is Monster Reborn, so it's really cool. Our deck ends up getting super duper thin towards the end of this combo, which means that you're able to find those necessary cards like more Dark Ruler No Mores, you're Called by the Grave, which Called by the Grave at this point wouldn't really matter, but also getting to that Monster Reborn is also just super duper nice. We will then go ahead and take these guys and go for a big fusion summon into the VWXYZ Dragon Catapult Cannon. And like I said, it doesn't matter if these guys are on the field or in the graveyard. So here, this is where you would be able to either link these guys away, and you can go in for your copy of IP Masquerena, and then you'd be able to go in for your fusion summon. Or what I generally like to do is just, because IP Masquerena isn't going to be able to do too much for you, is you just go ahead and pitch off one of your monsters with the effect of your Thunder level 7. So you pitch, with the effect of this card, send 1 monster and this card from your, to the graveyard to be able to get out your Thunder level 10. So we'll go for the 10 there. And then we are able to then just banish these 2 cards, one from the graveyard, one from the field, to be able to go in for our copy of Armed Dragon Catapult Cannon. So anyways, guys, that is going to be the full combo here. So then during your opponent's turn, you're able to do a lot of really cool, fun shenanigans. Also, you just have a ton of damage on the board right here to be able to help close out the game really, really fast, but you also are able to control the board state as well, depending on how long you need to go. So anyways, guys, that's going to do it for this deck profile and combo video. I hope you guys enjoyed it. Hopefully it was informative and not too long. So thank you guys so much for watching. Again, don't forget to subscribe to the channel if you guys haven't already. I would really appreciate that. And we'll see you guys for the next deck profile. Peace.